Hi Scorpio, welcome to your week ahead taroscope with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Quick note, these readings are for your sun, moon and ascendant signs. So whether you're a sun, moon or rising sign Scorpio, this is for you. And I always advise that you watch all three to get a clearer, more complete picture of how they're going to speak to you. With that said, remember they are general reads. Not everything's going to resonate with everybody, and that is just fine. You should always use your own discernment. So for your key to the week this week, you have the Death card. But before we get into that, I just want to say, for those of you that let me get on with it and have my time off, I really do appreciate it. You know, I am still human, so after every so often I will also need time off, and I really appreciate that some of you were able to just give me that. For those of you that reached out to check that I was okay, that everything was all right and well in my world, I really do appreciate it as well. So thank you so much. With that said, and for everybody else, of course I love and appreciate you. With that said, for your key to the week this week, you've got the Death card. It wouldn't be a Scorpio read if the Death card didn't show up, right? Ultimately, this is your card. So the fact that you have this as your key to the week, it works slightly differently for you guys, in that this card is your energy, and death isn't just about death. It's rebirth, it's transformation. It is the secrets of life are embedded within death itself. And more importantly, the energy of death, it's a very taboo subject, and yours is the sign of the taboo, right? So it tends to make us pay more attention. And so the fact that you have this as your key to the week, I think this is about you really being more in your own energy, more in your own glory and splendor. I think this is you paying attention to what needs to go, what is being phased out of your life. And I will say as well, whatever or whoever is released from your life or leaves your life this week, let it go. Let it go with grace and with poise, you know, because ultimately it means that it's making way for something new. So if you are a continued subby, you know Rafi loves you. If you're new to my channel, please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose and it resonates, hit that subscribe button. For your actions and options, you have the 10 of Wands. That's literally the death of a burden, or potentially as well for some of you, the release of a debt. And it doesn't have to just be a financial debt. There are so many ways that we can be indebted to people, to places, to things. This actually feels for me like you are freeing yourself or extricating yourself from something that has been heavy, maybe something that's been a burden. I will also say as well, this is a time where the thing I've noticed with Scorpio energy, like you guys are about it. Like when Scorpio has something to say, you will know about it. But it takes quite a lot for you to actually say something. And I know a fair few of you guys. So I will say no more on that front. But the feeling that I get from this is it's almost like you're cutting someone off who either speaks too much or constantly overrides you. It's like, you know, sometimes where somebody doesn't give you time to speak, or they'll cut you off, or you know, you'll say something and then they disagree with you, almost like just for the sake of disagreeing with you. I kind of feel like this is you phasing that kind of thing out, or at least sort of being very vocal about it now. For your communications and conversations, look at this, you've got the Ace of Pentacles. That's gorgeous, especially with the Death card. And the reason I say this is, now that I see these three together, that's definitely the release of a debt of some sort, something where maybe you were indebted to someone, or at least felt like you were. You could be saying, right, okay, you know what, that's done now. It's what's the word that I'm looking for? You know, like it's played out its purpose. Now, when it comes to your communications, they could be very fruitful this week. Certainly, this is a week where sowing new seeds of, you know, fertile conversations could be taking place. So if you are studying or in some form of academia, that Ace of Pentacles could be a fresh start in some way. I got to be really honest with you, because you've got the Death card here and the 10 of Wands. I do foresee some of you finding out that maybe you're having to retake a year. And this is either a blessing in disguise, or, you know, maybe you think like, oh, you know, I can't graduate with my classmates, or okay, maybe not. But you know what? This really is the best path for you. So if you're having to resit an exam, resit a year of your course or anything like that, like, stick with it. I know it might be a frustration in the here and now, but I actually think it will yield much better results for you. When it comes to your, oh, come on, brain. When it comes to your home and environment, when it comes to those of you that are employed by somebody else, the Ace of Pentacles can be a job interview. And because you've got the Death card here, I kind of feel like this is you making a very sudden decision. So it might be, in typical fashion, Scorpio fashion, maybe you have taken a job interview without telling anybody it. And, you know, now that you're accepting the job, you kind of spring it on your employer or maybe even your colleagues just to say, you know what, I'm moving on. There is something else that's formulating here at the base of my consciousness, and it is something that I want to talk about. Through recent studies that I've, undertaken and courses that I've taken with certain people, I've come to understand that Pluto as a planet is not adverse to bestowing wealth. And because you've got the Death card here with the Ace of Pentacles, there's something about hidden money, hidden resources, a source of wealth that you're either not aware of currently, or maybe it's an investment that you put into ages ago and you didn't realize how much it had grown, and this week you find out it's really, really grown. Like there's something here where it's like there's either a secret source of money or a source of resources that you aren't aware of. And this could, for some of you, it might even be an inheritance that you didn't know you were entitled to, or, maybe you've got some eccentric old uncle or aunt or whatever who's left you a, collection of rare books, or there's just something here where it's like there is money for you, but you're not aware of it as yet. And over the course of this week, you may become aware of it. And then finally, for those of you, for those of you that are business owners, entrepreneurs or solopreneurs, people that work for themselves, give yourself a moment to consider where you are ready to retire certain practices, resources, where there are certain things that you don't personally feel that you get the right returns from. Because the second you cut them off, your finances and resources will really start to improve. And, a lot of people think, well, if I'm getting rid of a service or a product, how is my money going to improve? Well, it'll improve because the time and effort and energy that you're spending in that direction will be going in a direction that is much better suited to the kind of resources and wealth that you're looking for. When it comes to those of you that are retired and no longer working, there is a fresh start here for you, and there is an opening up of maybe your material existence or experience. And for some of you, it looks like this is on a very practical level. For your love and relations, you got the Six of Cups. I love the Six of Cups. This for me is a nostalgia card. When I see this, I'm always filled with sort of like my own warm memories of whatever. For those of you that are single, you could be reconnecting with a past love. With the Death card, it's not supposed to be any more than an amorous reconnection and moving forward. So what I mean by that is, if you end up reconnecting with somebody from your past and you're single, enjoy the short 6-week period that it might be and leave it at that. Don't seek to rekindle this and turn it into a relationship or whatever. It's not meant to be that. Okay, for those of you that are partnered, married, or in long-term commitments, this could be a time where you and a partner are deciding to go back to the honeymoon period, but you're doing it honeymoon 2.0. So it's like, what made those early days of our relationship great was this, this, and this. How can we bring that back in, but make it like the mature version of that? And then for your money and materials, you got the Ten of Pentacles. You really couldn't ask for any more than that. And you've got this with the Death card. I'm calling it here and now. For a lot of you Scorpios, you're about to come into an inheritance of some sort. I don't know whether this is, maybe it's been delayed, maybe it's something that you weren't even aware that had kind of been passed to you or bequeathed to you, but there is money coming from a source that is unexpected this week. When it comes to your physical health and vitality, the Ten of Pentacles is usually the structure of your body, but it can also represent your digestive system. So these are aspects of self that I would look after. What do we also see here as well? You've got the Ten of Wands at one end and the Ten of Pentacles at the other. 2 tens represents change, and it's usually big change at that. And I'm calling it at your finances. And for some of you, this is a big change that's coming to the home. Quite possibly that some of you are deciding that a move is being initiated as we speak. And then finally, for those of you, for your home and environment itself, well, I've already called it Ace of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles, and the Death card. With the Ten of Wands, somebody's changing home. Somebody is moving here, you know, and good luck to you. I think it will be wonderful. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic week. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up. Take care, and I'll see you soon.